Welcome back. We've got Game 2 ready on the cards between Team Doggie and Team Kinguin here for the ESL 1 Katowice European Qualifiers. I'm Gareth, joined by Insania, and they're drafting quickly again, dude. We're gonna jump into this, jump into the draft, as already Team Doggie have picked up 2 supports, a core, and Kinguin. A bit of a change in the draft this time, seeing as Tiny Tusk and AA are banned. They start off with a Brew Shadow Demon, interestingly enough.
Yeah. This time they do not ban the Bounty Hunter. I think they maybe figured out that, there's been a change in position 4s. And Noya's playing 4, and they got a stand-in playing 5 instead. So deciding to take out that Sand King that did a lot of work for them in the early game last game. And forcing them onto a different hero. So yeah, you're right. They open up a bit differently. Doggie's basically going for the same style of heroes. And Quap versus Puck mid matchup is really good for Puck. I know this Nisha likes these heroes. He plays Puck somewhat frequently, I think.
Monkey King.
Yeah, and Monkey King has a great lane matchup against Legion. In general, just any melee hero, Monkey King does well. So expect to see that Puck in the mid lane and that Monkey as a position 1. But they could still run it as a 4 if they'd like to. This is one of the beauties of this team, right? The way they've set up this draft is, I talked about this yesterday, but I'm going to bring it up again, where when you have last pick, you want to have the option of picking any hero and almost in any position. And sure, even though they have like 3 heroes that are considered core heroes, as in Brewmaster, Puck, and Monkey, either of these heroes could be run as a 4 for this team, I think. We saw the Puck before. Monkey King 4 is definitely something that people do. So if you're Team Doggie, you can't really make any assumptions about what they're going to pick or what it's going to be like. But most probably, since you know that Quap versus Puck is a bad matchup and Monkey does well against Legion, that's what it's going to look like.
You just have all of these openings ready for you.
Yeah.
I mean, bring back the old Brewmaster 4 role as well, or even the Brewmaster 5, the solo special. I think we saw NA last night. AUI was playing a support Brewmaster as well for one of his games. But it's one of those things that you can leave open, but it's like a 1% play that Brewmaster is going to be in that support spot.
Right.
So moving into the final picks, like you're saying, Team Doggie, it's super difficult to lock in onto a hero and say that's what they want. So in this spot, are you really just focusing internally and thinking, what's a hero we really just don't want to deal with here? I mean, is Broodmother an option again?
It could be. I think Queen does okay. I mean, Queen, she doesn't do well, but Legion's in the pool, and Legion lanes pretty well against Queen. I mean, against Brood, so they have like this hero that won't get totally crushed. But based off of how Kinguin played last game, they like to play this like farming split up game where they're controlling a lot of map space, and it's not so much about like dominating lanes and then taking that advantage to force fights. So I think they could pick Brood, yeah.
And Kinguin, Lone Druid for Exotic Deer. So it was an Exotic Deer hero left till last.
Yeah.
As Team Doggie, it is their response and likely looking for that 1 spot for Gorg. What's even good here?
The way I feel about their draft is there's no hero that's particularly amazing with their heroes, but there's like no hero that isn't good with them either. Whereas Kinguin has a more like focused draft where I really see how it all clicks. Like once they get that Radiance on Lone Druid, all their item timings are going to be pretty much the same. They're going to have the Puck Blink, and they go with Weaver. I think this is like mainly because they want a hero that's good against Lone. Those bugs are really good at dealing with him and killing off that bear.
And in the lane matchup especially, just being able to like Shikuchi past the bear and go straight for the hero is always super nice.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if they're going to be... I'm assuming they're going to be matched up on opposite sides of the map. Weaver does pretty well against Brewmaster, having the Shikuchi to last hit when you have the Drunken Haze on you. So I think it's probably more about that. But it's also a good like late game matchup against Lone Druid, so they have tools to bring down the bear. I think for Team Doggie this game, it's a lot about playing fast and using this Legion to set up plays. And again, like Kinguin has this like, we want to hit this item timing where we have these items and then we want to do stuff. But it looks like it's actually a Puck position 4 and a Monkey King mid.
Puck 4 again.
Yeah.
LSR Shadow Demon. Going to be looking for those disruption saves onto the Legion duel a lot of the time, it feels like, but also just being able to catch Earth Spirit when he's trying to roll in or out. Gorg, the Shikuchi and Weaver. You've got a pretty limited disable on Kinguin, it feels like, to actually start a fight. Once Puck has Blink, sure, you'll have the jump, Waning Rift, with a Dream Coil, but it doesn't feel like, like you were saying last game, is Kinguin doesn't feel like they desperately feel the need to go out and just look for picks and look for that, pick and play style where they catch one, kill them, convert it into a tower, and look for objectives after a kill. They're much more, spread across the map and, have this ebb and flow of the creep equilibrium to set themselves up for things much nicer.
Yeah.
And there's a pause to tilt a rise as soon as the game begins. Hopefully he's got all of his little technical issues out of the way. So we'll have Noya on the Earth Spirit, and we'll have this Witch Doctor. Ara. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely little man. Weaver for Gork, a Rise on the Quap, and has to Joe Rotten, that Legion. And that really is his signature hero. He's played this from the dawn of Dota. Every team he's played on. Playing with no mic. Oh, that's unfortunate. So he hasn't fixed his problem. Gonna have to chat wheel and spam pings to control his team.
Yeah, no, that's very sad. I actually experienced some pubs yesterday where I didn't have a microphone, and just playing pubs without mic was terrible. I can only imagine how he must feel like playing in an official against a team like Kinguin, where there's a major qualifier on the line. So
communication is key.
It really is.
Starting items, nothing out of the ordinary, right? Orb of Venom on Earth Spirit. Everything else looks pretty normal.
Yep.
As Nisha goes for that magic wand build. He's thinking about what he's doing here.
Okay, so yeah, he's not too sure himself. Gets 2 salves actually. He has pooled Tangos. I'm curious to see how they're going to lane. The way they're set up right now, it looks like Lone Druid is actually going to be mid against the Quap, and they're going to put that Monkey King against Legion. I actually like this. I didn't know they swapped lanes so much between Exotic Deer and Nisha. But yeah, this is going to pretty much, it looks like the same type of game where they're going to use 2 heroes bottom to try to keep Gork from farming and just drag attention there so that the Monkey King can free farm and get through the laning phase without getting ganked.
30 seconds.
So I'm expecting pretty similar things from Kinguin. Just the way that their heroes are positioned on the map.
Team Doggie ready for an early fight, it looks like. 4 heroes all around, and an Observer Ward already on that Northern Bounty rune to go and contest. Monkey King is a courier. Kinguin, one of the few teams just to use a default donkey. Elasash, no cosmetics. Just likes the normal raw donkey.
Yeah, he's not about that life.
Attempted steal from Gork. Oh, he's used Shikuchi, and this is a lot of damage. 5 seconds until it comes back up. A couple more hits from the puck here. Is that one going to do it? It does! They get the first blood, and Gork has to be kicking himself for that.
Yeah, that's the feels bad man moment, but in the bigger picture, it doesn't really change too much. Sure, it's a pair of boots potentially for puck, or actually he's going for another null talisman. Oh. So yeah, he's just really going to pressure this Weaver. They don't want to let him farm, and this seems to be something that they like doing. But this time around, Team Doggie has decided to, no, you know what? We're going to go for the play on you instead.
We'll play aggro into your Monkey King, and that is a very nice kill. Noya set up for that role perfectly. So they're left now. Kinguin again in this 2-1-2 setup. Nisha feeling a little bit of the burn there. Lone Druid 4-1 against the Queen of Pains 2-0. Arise will start to put a bit of damage in, and will be looking for that level 3 with, maybe 2 points in Shadow Strike with 1 in Blink to jump over onto the ramp and play in the face of Exotic Deer. And they'll do it earlier even with the Witch Doctor rotating. They have the Savage Roar from the Lone Druid to buy time. And even with the Fairy Fire popped, Exotic Deer gets away from that initiation.
Yeah. This is interesting for me because it shows that Team Doggie, they realize that whatever we were doing last game, that for sure was not working. And we need to do something else. And they're kind of matching Kinguin, right? They're doing this dual lane top to stop this Monkey King. And they're expecting this Weaver to farm better than the Monkey in the way that the lanes are set up. And then they keep this Witch Doctor mid to prevent Lone Druid from doing well against the Queen as well. Or just applying pressure, really. Not playing the game for kills, but just trying to prevent people from farming.
Stop them from hitting creeps.
Pretty much, yeah.
Arise drops the chat wheel careful. No mic means he's got to communicate with his Witch Doctor in other ways. It looks like the Bounty Rune's going to get spread across them, though. Savage Roar again onto that Queen of Pain. Exotic Deer feeling a little bit panicky in the mid lane. It is the 2 points in Shadow Strike now that's very difficult to handle, but top lane Nisha gets the little stacks up on Jingu. Doesn't land the Boundless Strike though. Bounces it between the middle of the Legion and the Earth Spirit, both retreating away. Elisash cooldowns on both of his abilities as Hester Joe just stands his ground and tries to push them back. Roll forward though, Nisha has been caught. He's got one hit left of this Jingu to lifesteal back. It's going to wear off soon. He needs to hit forward onto Neuer soon, but he's waiting for the Boundless Strike to land to get the lifesteal in. They'll get the kill on Monkey King, but Elisash trades back for the 1-for-1.
Yeah, so here we see the complete opposite of last game, right? Last game it was Gorik taking this pressure, not being allowed to free farm, whereas this time Team Doggie are the ones applying the pressure, so learning a bit from the last game and adapting their gameplay. This was really the story of yesterday too. They were very good about recognizing what their opponents were doing and then changing their playstyle to match that in the second game.
TP Neuer down, looking at how difficult Gork is having a time in this lane. Burning through a fair amount of regen, and then you're looking at Brew, 18-3, already closing in on level 4. They'll try and take down Patos here, but he's a tanky Brewmaster. Has a couple of stick charges up his sleeve as well to pop them and run back towards this tower, even with an Orb of Venom going. Well, they've got the kill. Gork there with a Geminate attack finds the damage. And no points in the swarm, just that Shikuchi being able to sprint forward and close that gap.
Yeah, good movement from Team Doggie again. They seem to have this like idea about how they need to play this early game to find these kills. For me, the question is just like, is it maybe not worth it to keep the Earth Spirit top to prevent the Monkey King from hitting creeps? I actually feel like it is. You don't, even though you're getting kills, it's probably just better to prevent people from hitting creeps, as Lesage might be in trouble.
Yeah, overwhelming odds onto that illusion from the disruption. Held back by Nisha though. Boundless Strike thrown.
Yeah.
Just to keep his SD alive, but look at this, Neuer is invis. I'm not sure if potentially Katzel saw this picked up. The Puck and the Earth Spirit were in very similar locations not too long ago, and it looks like Kinguin have an inkling here. Patos will fall back as they roll in with Neuer. Doesn't look like the Puck can do anything to save this though, even with that level 2 orb. He will throw it in onto Neuer, but with the Weaver running forward, Patos about to fall. The Witch Doctor secures it. And where is the Puck? Where are you? Oh, you've gone. TP'd home. Okay. Gets out of danger.
Yeah. And they're getting kills bottom, but I feel like, again, now they're playing back into that, what they were doing last game, and this is really ultimately just the goal of this dual lane bottom is to drag attention and get heroes down there and allow this Monkey King to free farm. And
make Gork whine about needing help, needing support.
Yeah, something along those lines, where I really think like they need to make this trade-off where they try to enable their own offlaner and pressure top instead, as it looks like he's in a lot of trouble right now.
Nicely played to get the stacks up. Nisha gets the 4 hits required with the help of that disruption from Shadow Demon, and Elisash will be the one to secure the kill immediately. Smoking and running forward. He's got 2 observer wards, and that's what he's been doing for a long time now, just smoking to get this vision down. But 2 heroes from Team Doggie were there, up at top lane, ready to try and turn and fight as Arise takes down the bear mid. No deny from Exotic Deer, unfortunately. Drops the sorry, but he's still doing reasonably well in this lane, even in CS with the Queen of Pain, even slightly ahead with the denies he has, but they're rotating in. Earth Spirit ready with a roll. Exotic Deer, no Savage Roar, but the roll won't land. The kick, though, will be good to push him back into the river, but this Spirit Bear has held Arise away from the jump in onto the Lone Druid, and now they turn with entangling claws, landing onto Neuer, finding that cross kill somehow.
It seems like the no microphone on Rise really hurt them there. He hasn't had no mana to commit to that fight with, and there's just no way that they're going to kill the Exotic Deer when he doesn't have mana up. And it was really nice micro, actually. He had the bear constantly on the Queen, trying to get that root off. Probably kept track of the mana, but just in case, preventing her from going in. Understanding which hero it is that he needs to disable to survive that gank.
Master Joe spots Elisash. Nice little observer ward here. Sees him coming in. They were trying to set up for this Monkey King, but he jumps up onto the trees, gets away. The first cask will only land. And in the meantime, you're looking at this Brewmaster down the bottom. He's farming as though he was a 1-roll. 35-5, doing exceptionally well. Level 6 isn't far away either, while Gork, 29-3, he's doing a spot-on job down here with the help that he's been getting from his 2 supports, but by no means has it been easy. He's had to, play his heart out in this lane, it feels like, just to get anything.
Yeah.
We'll have to Shikuchi away again, but he gets hit by the orb. Oh god. If he gets clapped there, does he die? Oh, he's got 5-1 charges, so maybe not. Definitely cutting it close as the dive's coming in. Boulder smash from Neuer will hold the Brewmaster back. Just want to try and keep tabs of these other lanes because I can see Team Doggie kind of itching to get involved in some kind of kill attempt. Queen of Pain's battling mid with Exotic Deer. Top lane, they've got the Witch Doctor just offset from the Legion, ready for any kind of jump in. But it's on a nice edge, it feels like. Any one of these lanes could kick off at any moment. One TP could swing it.
Yeah, but neither team really wants to move around their resources. They want to make sure that they're farming on every lane. And in order to do that, they need to keep these 2 heroes in the lanes. Otherwise, it's very easy for this Legion Commander to get zoned out by the Monkey King and Shadow Demon. So I really feel like what they're doing right now, this is the way they want to have it set up. As Witch Doctor's in a bit of trouble. Nah, Monkey King just casually trying to steal that rune. Not working out though.
I think they've got the call as well that Arise has left mid lane with an Arcane rune.
Yeah.
Don't want to give him any free value with a Sonic Wave play. So Nisha, very good job just to jump out of there as quickly as he could. Now with a banish onto Hastajo, potentially think about jumping in, but patient from Nisha there. Knows that he can hit creeps behind his tower, doesn't need to go for any unnecessary aggression, especially with a Witch Doctor nearby.
Yeah, no, he's happy. I think he's getting farmed. They right now, like, Kinguin are farming 3 heroes, but so are Doggie. It's not like a disastrous outcome, even though they're maybe a little bit behind in CS. They're still like keeping up on every lane, and this is gonna mean that whoever manages to win this first team fight is probably gonna come out big time on top. Like whatever happens right after the laning phase is gonna be really important for both these teams.
Poison, just gonna give it a little bit of vision there. Sash will wander off. Keeping tabs on this Witch Doctor and Earth Spirit. And it feels like Neuer this game has maybe had a few difficulties finding lanes to go to. And like you were saying, they have this almost need to play defensively and keep their cores alive rather than playing aggressively on others. But a 6 silence, the Geomagnetic Grip, and now the kick back into the duel. Maledict will come through. This is a tanky little Monkey King though, and with that disruption saving him from the duel, Nisha might still pop to the Maledict though. He's looking for the hits with the lifesteal there. He'll catch 2 with the Boundless Strike, and the Brewmasters arrive. Cyclone up onto 1. They've sent the Weaver into the air and chasing forward, but Arise has arrived. They'll kill off the Witch Doctor, but that might just be all they get, as the Monkey has fallen and the rest of Kinguin nowhere to be seen as Team Doggie commit how many? 5? Top lane, why not? Partos in behind the trees, but Arise jumps forward again, securing yet another kill for his team.
Yeah, this is a great engagement for Doggie, but once again, like, this puck is hitting bottom, just farming casually. Mid lane, the tower is going to go down to Exotic Deer, and this really goes to show, like, this is Kinguin's strategy. This is how they want to play these games. I think, from our point of view, you see this, oh, they want a team fight, great, but I think for them, it's like, haha, it's going exactly how we planned it.
Oh, you killed our 2 cores. You feel pretty good about that, don't you? Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting jobs done elsewhere on the map. Exotic Deer, after taking tier 1 mid that we saw, immediately swings down towards bottom. The jump in from Katsu. Gonna phase shift out. Still gets hit by the Maledict, but the Lone Druid, oh, the bear, bouncing the cask back and forth between the 2. Still with another orb here from Puck. Maybe a chase, but they'll just focus on the tower for now. As another TP comes in, Legion Commander looking to try and push this back a touch. But Exotic Deer with this big old tanky bear with all that extra bonus damage. Looking to bring down the tier 1. Arise, is he thinking about joining as well? They'll bring Gork in for battle anyway with a swarm forward. Try and bring down that Spirit Bear, but it's a difficult task, even with this Shikuchi forward. Look for the Arise jump with the Sonic Wave, the Scream phase shifted, but they've got the silence from Neuer, catching the puck. They can maybe chase in to try and finish off the Spirit Bear. Arise, he's going in so deep, he wants to dive the tier 2, but Elder Sash is ready with that TP. Finger on the button, ready to disrupt. And again, you've been talking about this the entire series, is the drawing of attention, right? They're bringing 5 heroes from one lane to the other. It's like watching a game of tennis, bouncing from one side of the map to the other. Yeah,
I really feel like it is the major thing that's happening in this game. It's just about how Kinguin managed to move around the resources of Doggie, and in general, the worst case scenario is they lose either their position 3, 4, or 5. It's never like a commitment harder than that. And now bottom lane, they're initiating onto the Legion Commander.
Even pop the Primal Split for it. Demonic Purge will pop. And with a Dream Coil there, Legion Commander going to get brought down. Neuer has no reason to be anywhere near this, and he's going to try and walk away. Maybe with Arise's help, they'll turn and fight, but the roll-in doesn't connect until the Boulder Smash onto Katzor. Another orb in a second. Should be safety here for Katzor, but orbing aggressively forward, looking for the damage, will give away his life. But you've got to remember, that's a 4-roll puck. In the meantime, Lone Druid with his Midas up, still farming mid lane. A good push towards his Radiance timing, and then Monkey up at top lane, moving towards Battle Fury. Witch Doctor really not in a position to stop him from farming up top lane.
Yeah, and if you compare like just the movement of the carries, Monkey King is sitting top farming creeps, whereas Gorg is running between bottom and mid, looking for places to, you know, fight and have impact and farm creeps. So if you look at the CS charts, you can already see that there's quite a bit of disparity between Lone Druid and Monkey King and Queen of Pain and Weaver, and this is simply because of how much they've been forced to move around.
Forced to make rotations. Exotic Deer, all he wants is a root. A Banish will come out. Lone Druid will fall away just a little bit. Doesn't want to get taken down by Maledict Death Ward duel combo between the 4 heroes now. And this is the thing, Doggie, sure, they've shown in their previous series yesterday and so far today that they are very quick with their reactions, with their responses to what's happening. But you know, very, very often it feels like a coin flip whether the responses are, you know, meaningful or worthwhile or not. Like they bring 4 heroes top, and sure, they've got heroes there to bolster their efforts. And in this case, they take a tier 1, but we've seen previously where they'll TP 2 or 3 people to try and stop a fight, and then they don't get anything. And they have to then, you know, walk back, the walk of shame back to lanes.
Yeah, I feel like in general, like they're pretty good about knowing that they're going to get something out of it, but the investment is just too much. Like the return for what they invest into is just, yeah, I don't know. I lost myself. I had something smart to say, but basically they're not getting enough out of these rotations. And the enemy like cores, like I don't think Monkey King has moved anywhere except to farm. When he moves, it's to hit more creeps. And the same thing goes for Lone Druid, like, or it's to go hit a tower to let Monkey King hit creeps. So I really think, yeah.
Yeah, while Puck is just orbing into the middle of 4 people and saying, hey, I'm a target, come and deal with me.
Right.
Where are we with the Lone Druid now anyway? 600 off the Relic. Brewmaster has a blink now. And if you're thinking about heroes to, you know, create chaos and havoc across the map, draw attention towards him, Brewmaster is really one of the key proponents of this. And with the help of Puck having a Veil, they do output a lot of damage as well. So this duo here could potentially go and look for kills themselves as they scout the Legion and Earth Spirit moving in with those Puck illusions. Now falling away from this bottom lane just to regroup a little bit, maybe farm a creep camp or 2, wait for any kind of over-aggression from the Radiant. But again, Lone Druid untouched. Monkey King, the trifecta of camps, the wonderful spot that he can sit in, farm a couple of little neutral camps there for himself, and swiftly get into the Battle Fury. While Team Doggie, they are grouping up for tier 1 mid. Catapult Wave is here, but I think Kinguin might be ready for this and looking for a fight. Elder Sash starts with a Banish onto Quap. In comes the Monkey King ulti with a good Banish strike, and the Primal Split arrives. The Yule's into the air. Queen of Pain arrives, blinks away. Elder Sash will fall as the Magnetize arrives. And Hestajo looking for a dual target. It might be Nisha, but he's already popping to the Maledict. Gorg dives in deep. The stick charges won't save him as Katzor unable to keep his teammates alive. And this fight so far, Kinguin losing 2, and the Patos in a lot of trouble in this river. Throws the clap out, but with the chase so strong here from the Radiant, they're able to body block him up so the duel comes in. And Gorg, along with Arise, very, very strong team fight there. Killing off 3, allowing the Puck to escape, and they'll get this tier 1 mid, so a huge, huge momentum gain there for the Radiant.
Yeah, this was very good for them. They recognize that their heroes have a peak that is happening earlier than Kinguin's. Kinguins still need that Radiance on Lone Druid before they really feel comfortable to start fighting. Monkey King is going for this Battle Fury route as well, so he's definitely not that strong right now, and I think they recognize this, and Gorg even adapting his item build to it. He was going for that Lincoln Sphere, but decided, no, I want to peak earlier in this game and get that Diffusal so I can output damage and force fights. So from the item decisions and choices that they're going for, even the Yules on the Queen, it says that they want to play a fast game. They don't want to play this game slow, and they still have their cooldowns up. Queen of Pain has that ultimate, so look towards the plate, probably towards the bottom lane sometime soon with the Legion blink.
Joe, holding on to the money for now, maybe just goes to the side shop and picks it up. I don't No, they do. They've got a smoke on them. But he'll clear out another wave at the very least, as Lone Druid has the item completed. The Courier is out delivering a Bracer to the puck, though. Much more important to get the Bracer and the Sentry towards Katsuo's puck than the Radiance on the Lone Druid. And puck will show on that mid-wave in a second.
Yep. And it looks like they're going for the smoke up top instead this time. I would have assumed they wanted to go bottom because they have a tier 1 tower there to try to push afterwards, but they feel like this is probably the place where Lone Druid is hiding, and that's the guy they want to kill before that Radiance comes up.
If only you could do all the bear.
Yeah.
Get some bonus damage off it. Dara observe how long for the smoke to dissipate. They might catch them on the tail end of this with this observer ward if they stick around just a little bit, but looks like they're fast enough to get past the vision of the Dire team.
Yeah.
Oh, Witch Doctor. Oh, he's being seen now. Kinguin know exactly what's up. So as soon as they see Gork here, one Shikuchi left, he's out. Again, getting out of there as quickly as possible. But it feels like this is maybe a little unusual from what we see from Kinguin. They're grouping up as 5. They're very protective of this Lone Druid now, though. Is this maybe normal for a Radiance once it comes out? Just try and keep the bear alive and utilize it in a team fight.
Yeah, at this point in the game, the bear is the strongest hero on the map. He does so much, and it's so hard to bring down, and it's basically a hero with Aegis. Like, it's a Radiance hero with Aegis that can root you and kill you. So...
And kill towers.
And destroy towers, yeah. I feel like Kinguin, they're good about knowing like what it is we need to do with our draft, and in this game, they realize that, you know, Radiance is our timing, this is when we want to group up, we have everything up on Brew, everybody's ready. Sure, Monkey King doesn't have the most items.
Where's the fight happening, mid or bot? Well, Witch Doctor, blown up. Earth Spirit tries the silence, gets it onto Monkey, but the Sonic Wave onto 2, not able to finish anyone off. The Magnetize will try and slow down their advances, but this Lone Druid, bear falling, Exotic Deer has to resummon. But already Team Doggie, they've lost too much. I don't think they can continue this fight. They don't have the damage, the lockdown, or anything. This bear is just ripping them to shreds as Legion 1v4 in the middle of Team Kinguin falls.
Yeah.
They took a fight that really they had no reason to. As Elisash was mid lane trying to cancel TPs, delay their reactions, and he was ready.
Yeah, the thing is with the way that they've decided to itemize, they feel like this is probably where we're going to have the best fight, and we need to do it now rather than later. And it was a smart play from Elisash TPing mid and delaying Weaver's TP. Even though he doesn't stop him from teleporting, he forces him to run away, hide in fog, and then start teleporting, making sure that he's outside of range. And during all that time, his team is fighting, and Gore cannot connect, so it's really big for them. And again, like a lot of these small things about how they're utilizing, making plays on different sides of the map at the same time.
How do you feel about drums on this Brewmaster? Not something that I have seen too much of, to be honest. Especially not like after Soul Ring Blink.
Yeah, I think drums right now are just like, they're the flavor of the month item. Everybody's buying it.
Item.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter who you are, just buy drums. Gives you a lot of good stats, and the active is pretty nice.
Yeah, I guess they've not really got anyone on their team who wants to. Like, you could maybe make an argument for Monkey King buying a drums, but not really in his tool set for itemization. We've seen even a bunch of like Witch Doctors and Rubiks and supports just going Brown Boots drums or Arcane's drums if their other support has an urn or something. But yeah, it feels pretty good for this brew.
Yeah, and as normal for Team Doggie, you know, game flow isn't going our way. Group up, let's try to make something happen. Don't let this game slip. Like, I feel like they really put emphasis on this, and they're killing this bear bottom, which is huge. This is going to be one of the key elements for them.
Or are
this
they?
bear. Or are they?
Boulder Smash will keep it locked down, but already the Dream Coil from Puck has arrived. A good Maledict from the Witch Doctor Death Ward is there, but in comes the rest of Kinguin. Split will arrive, 2 heroes die, and Gork is left high and dry. 3 immediately blown up, only trading off the puck. Arise will make his way out as Hester Joe has a blink on cooldown. Doesn't look like the Brew has found an avenue in, though, trying to get forward with that Storm Panda. They've got vision, they know they're there, and just before the Brew ulti expires, they get the Cyclone into the air, so it's going to be a 4-for-1. No! Blink from Hester Joe gets himself out of danger. Very nicely done. And this will be the end of the chase.
Yeah, back to farming. Let's hit some creeps. Yeah, like, they try to go for the spare, which is something they really need to do. They want to prevent the spare from split pushing freely and just farming wherever it wants. And Kinguin with the perfect response, they TP in and they take that fight, recognizing that so many spells are used on that bear, and they're unable to fight us back if we go right now. We can commit fully without being scared of any Earth Spirit stun or like Weaver bugs. So, good response from them. Making sure to do the most with the spell cooldowns there.
Yeah, like we're seeing some sick boulder smashes and silences from Earth Spirit, some nice little Maledict plays from Witch Doctor to get these spells out from the supports, but it just feels like the focus and the speed at which Kinguin can kill them before they get a second round of their spells. You know, with Earth Spirit so often you're looking for that roll in, magnetize, cast your 2 primary spells, then maybe walk away and try and reset magnetize, get another boulder smash in, and then think about dying. But you know, it's just been Earth Spirit rolling in, cast all spells, I'm dead, I'm done. And then it's left to heroes like the Weaver, like the Queen of Pain, who right now are like relatively squishy, I feel.
Yeah.
You know, you've got Yules on Quap, sure, but no, you're saying this Weaver feels he needs to do damage, but this means BKB and Lincolns, they're delayed. They'll try and go in now and look for the Shadow Demon as a quick kill for Gork. They'll secure it as Katzor, well, maybe be the second one here. Orb jaunt back to safety. Magnetize expires, and now the Monkey King coming in to save the day. A couple of hits will save the puck and maybe get a kill with a root. Oh yeah, okay. First hit entangled from the bear. Of course he lands in onto the Weaver, and in the meantime, the Brewmaster has split top in a 1v2 scenario to take down the Witch Doctor and force Arise to blink away.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. I feel bad for Gorg there. You know, pops his ultimate, thinks, I'm safe. Straight into the loving hands of Lone Druid, who immediately roots him.
I wish I'd seen it. I guess Exotic Deer knew where the time lapse was going to go and he was just waiting there for him, right?
Yeah, I
like
think so.
Just
Something
attack
like that.
moving the ground?
Yeah, most probably.
Very, very quickly done. Feels kind of weird. 24 minutes in, no one's even considered or thought about going into the Roshan yet, but it's really been this tug of war over map control. 13 to 13. Again, Kinguin just don't care about kills as long as they have this net worth lead. 7.5k up to 8,000 now, 10,000 experience lead as they've got their supports now racing up to level 13 towards 15 on the puck. They've got a 15 Brewmaster, and who cares about Shadow Demon? Ella Sash, level 10. That's all he needs. Did he go for it? No, he didn't go for the Illusion on Death. I guess in this game it's not spectacular. Experience gain is pretty damn nice.
They're in a game like when you're playing against maybe like Luna or something where you want to burst this hero with his own illusions and then get one of them that you can constantly make illusions out of until he respawns. It's really great, but in a game like this, there isn't really any hero that you particularly want an illusion of. So it makes sense to go for that XP gain. Get that stronger poison, I assume, with higher levels.
Slaughter some people. Gork showing top lane while the rest of his team smoking into this dire jungle. Again, this observer ward here, it's proven vital for Kinguin to spot these kind of rotations in. Previously they saw them on the retreat, but a good deep ward in from Team Doggie, kind of signaling their intent for, top tier 2, mid tier 2, but mainly it's kind of that buffer zone around Roshan. They're looking for this area around the top third of the map to control it up. Kinguin just don't really seem to mind too much. They've got bot lane pushing in. They know that if Team Doggie go into Roshan, they've got sick ways of dealing with it.
Yeah.
Through Monkey King ult and puck. Now just clear out some waves.
So they waited out the smoke themselves, and now they know approximately where the enemy team went because they had a sense that they smoked. And usually when you smoke and you're not going to the area in which they were sitting, that means you're going into the other side of the dire jungle. And now they immediately smoke up and move there themselves. They see them with the sword as well, so Kinguin looking to take a fight, but little do they know they're under the Radiant Vision. So it might not end up as good for them as they think.
Spam pings on the puck. Arise jumps in, silence on the cancel, but the problem split onto the back end is going to do some work in the enemy ranks as Arise is forced to Yules into the air. Silenced and now Dreamcore. Arise is going to get caught here with the Veil on him. He's trying to throw the Sonic Wave, but he can't do it. No time and no space. As the Brew did manage to successfully hunt down the Witch Doctor, and it is just full retreat. Get into reverse gear. Team Doggie, tail between legs, just getting the hell out of there.
Yeah, and I think this is a very game-defining moment for Team Doggie. They had this fight where they wanted to catch people on their vision, but because they initiated out of that smoke, they're not able to really utilize those wards to play that fight the way they want to. And now they're going to go straight to Roche. They have all these items on these heroes. Like Lone Druid has his AC finished up, he has Radiance and Vlad's. They just feel like everything is clicking for them now. They went for the greedier item builds, and it's paying off.
Nice Death Ward. Now cancelled by the Monkey. Witch Doctor, unfortunately, will lose his life for it. But yeah, even though Team Doggie kind of knew what was happening there, they were prepping themselves for it. Just the fact that Brewmaster found that like perfect split, not just primal split, but the split in the fight to, you know, literally cut it in half. And this choke point here was just Brewmaster primal just everywhere, just chasing people.
Yeah. No, it's rough. Like I felt like they really wanted to win this early game, and they bought items for it, and now this team fights are just hard.
Oh, the disruption saves the puck from the duel and Sonic Wave, and that really has to be the nail in the coffin here for the morale of Team Doggie. Rax, 28 minutes in, going down. The melee being focused now by the Spirit Bear as Monkey King's ulti. That zonal control, keeping them at bay. Gork held in place, clapped down by the Brew, and immediately buys back. Nothing that the Queen of Pain could really do there, trying to whittle away at Kinguin's resources, but they're all so tanky at this point. A little bit of a team retreat there, but the instant turnaround of the Lone Druid Spirit Bear up in the front lines, forcing Doggie again to roll away back into their base. At the very least, the Rise with Gork will get a kill. Ella Sasha taken out, but that's a dieback on the Weaver. Never, never something you want to see when your base is being marauded, and that will be the GG. Team Doggie tap out, and Kinguin relatively simply take the entire series 2-0.
Yeah, it felt like they overall had the better control and understanding of what they need to do as a team in order to win, and they just executed. Felt like for Doggie, it felt like they were like on the back end. They were the team that had to respond constantly to what Kinguin was doing. They see Kinguin go for like, you know, they know that they have a slower timing than them, so they try to hit that. It doesn't work out for them, and then, you know, you're so heavily invested into like Quapin Yule's first item, and Weaver skipped any sort of defensive items, and then he died a couple of times, and at that point it's just hard. You're playing catch up, and you're playing catch up with slower like farming mechanisms than the other team. So
yeah, especially when your counterpart, like you have a Perseverance, then you build Diffusal Blade. Quap is building Yules into Orchid, and then your Juggernaut has like not Juggernaut, your Monkey King this time has a Battle Fury. He's hitting creeps all game long.
Yeah,
Lone Druid Radiance just split pushing waves. I mean,
Midas.
And the Midas, exactly. I mean, he didn't even die that game. 5-0-8 for Exotic Deer. But honestly, something that I can never get over when I cast their games is looking at their badges at the end.
Yeah.
Nisha.
So the thing is, I think
how many Smurfs does he have?
Yeah, so he has a Smurf that's very, very high ranked, I believe. There was some thread on the forums at some point, like, who is this guy? And it was his Smurf.
Oh,
I'm not going to say anything because maybe he doesn't want people to know. But it was his Smurf, and I know Elisash plays on a different account generally, so these ranks aren't necessarily like reflective of how high their actual like pub ranks are.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say skill. Pub ranks.
Pub ranks.
Yeah.
Well, that will end our series here, but we've got another one coming up in not too long, as we will take about an hour break. But coming up is going to be OG taking on Team World. A new roster that's come, you know, from across the world, literally a global team. They've got Forev, Kaiser, Saxa, SVG, and Anna, and I'm interested to see how they do. But for now, we'll take a break, get some dinner in us, and we'll see you guys in a little bit.